Everyone, this is Jenny's Fashion Channel. Thanks to all my amazing fans and subscribers. This channel is all about leveling up on your fashion designer skill. And today, I'm going to teach you how to cut this beautiful corset with a Basque waistline. So if it is what you are all about, you are definitely at the right place. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, now will be a very good time for you to smash on the subscribe button and turn on your notification bell so that you'll be notified each time I upload a new video. Without further ado, let's jump right in, shall we? The first thing is to draw a line as my baseline. Then I will go ahead and take my vertical measurement. I will come down by 10 inches for the bust line, taking 6 inches off for the off shoulder effect. I will come down by 13.5 inches for the under bust line. I will come down by 16.5 inches for the waistline and come down by 24 inches for the full top length. Then I will draw the lines. Then the next thing is to get my bust span. So I'm going to take my nipple to nipple measurement, divide by 2. I will mark it on the bust line and I'm going to connect it straight down to the full top length and straight up to the baseline. I'm not going to add joining allowance, okay? But if I'm transferring this to the fabric, I will add the joining allowance. Then the next thing is to get the under bust dart. So I'm going to take the difference between the bust line and the under bust line, and I have 3.5 inches there. So I'm going to divide it by 2. It will give me 1.75 inches. I will divide 1.75 inches by 2 again. It will give me 0.88 inch. I will take 0.88 inch to the left and 1.75 inches to the right. Then I'm going to come down from the bust point by 1 inch. This is to remove any form of pointiness on the bust area. I'm going to connect to the under bust dart like so. Then I will connect the under bust dart straight down to the waistline like so. Then from this full top length, I'm going to go up by 2 inches. I will mark it and I'm going to connect it to the waist dart like so. Then the next thing is to get the overbust dart for the overbust tightening. So I'm going to go in by 1/2 inch and go out by 1 inch. Then from this bust point, I'm going to go up by 1/2 inch. I will connect to the overbust dart like so. Then I will go ahead and measure the two cups to ensure that they are equal. So after measuring, I found out that the one at the right side is bigger than the one at the left side with about 1/2 inch. So I'm going to extend this very one at the left side with 1/2 inch so that the two cups will be equal. Then I will get the corset neckline. So from this baseline, I'm going to go down by 2 inches. Though this purely depends on you. You can go down by 3 inches. You can go down by 4 inches. It depends on the amount of cleavage that we want to expose there. I will mark it. Then from that point, I'm going to go in, okay, by 1/2 inch for my cup separation. I will mark it and I'm going to connect like so. Then I'm going to connect this my dart to it like so to get a sweeter curve effect. Then I'm going to connect that 1/2 inch cup separation point straight down to the bust line, and I'm going to use my curve roller to curve it into the under bust dart like so. Then the next thing is to get the second cup. And for me to get the second cup, I'm going to take my nipple to nipple measurement, divide by 2. Then I will add 1/2 inch because our bust is fuller on the armhole side. I will mark it and I'm going to curve it into the under bust dart. Then the next thing is to get my chest line. And for me to get my chest line, I'm going to take my bust measurement, divide by 6 plus 1.5 inches. Mine will give me 8 inches. So I'm going to take off this 6 inches off shoulder effect and I will come down by 2 inches from the baseline. I will mark and I'm going to draw the line. Then I'm going to take my bust measurement, divide by 4. I'm going to replace that intake here. I will mark it on the chest line. Then I'm going to connect this my dart to it like so. Then I will connect to this point like so. My shoulder measurement divided by 2 will give me 8 inches. So if I mark that 8 inches on the baseline, and if I trace it straight down to where I have my second cup, okay, you can see it perfectly aligns. That's how it should be, okay? Then I'll go ahead and take my horizontal measurement on the chest line. I will add 2 inches for joining allowance. On the bust line, I'm going to take my bust measurement divide by 4. I will add 2 inches for joining allowance. On the under bust line, I'm going to take my under bust measurement divide by 4. I will replace this dart intake here plus 2 inches for joining allowance. On the waistline, I'm going to take my waist measurement divide by 4. I will replace this dart intake here plus 2 inches for joining allowance. I will mark it and I'm going to connect my markings like so. Then for the Basque effect, I'm going to go out from this point by 1 inch. You can go out by half an inch, okay? It depends on how pointy you want that part to be. Then I'm going to connect to the waistline like so. So guys, that's right. I will now go ahead and cut. So follow me closely. Let's cut. So guys, that's the side. You can see how perfect it came out. We'll now move into the back panel. I will take out 1.5 inches for my zipper. I will draw the line. Then I will draw a line here as my baseline. Then the next thing is to take my vertical measurement. So I'm going to come down by 10 inches for my bust line, taking 8 inches off, okay? Because our back starts from the chest line and my chest line is on 8 inches, okay? Then I will come down by 16.5 inches for the waistline and I'm going to add half an inch for joining allowance. I will draw the lines. Then the next thing is to get my bust span. So I'm going to take my nipple to nipple measurement divide by 2. I will mark it on the bust line and I'm going to connect it straight down to the joining allowance line. Then the next thing is to get my dart. So from this point, I'm going to go in by half an inch and go out by half an inch to form a dart. Then I'm going to extend this my bust point with 1 inch. I will connect it like so and connect it to the waist dart like so. Then I will go ahead and take my horizontal measurement. On the baseline, I'm going to take my bust measurement divide by 4. I'm going to add 2 inches for joining allowance. I will mark it and mark the same thing on the bust line. Then on the waistline, I'm going to take my waist measurement divide by 4. I'm going to replace this dart intake here plus 2 inches for joining allowance. I will mark it and mark the same thing on the joining allowance line. Then I will connect my markings to serve as a guide for cutting. Then from this point, I'm going to go in by half an inch. This is to remove any form of bulginess on the waist area. I will mark it and I'm going to connect it like so. Then I will take my zipper allowance and I will start taking my zipper allowance from that half an inch I went in with on the waist area, and I'm going to carry on like so, and I will connect my markings. So guys, that's it. It is that simple. I will now go ahead and cut. Then for that spaghetti shoulder you can see on the dress, remember that we took 6 inches off on the front part. On the back part, we took 8 inches off. So altogether I have 14 inches. So I'm going to add extra 1 inch to it, okay? Because I'm going to use half an inch to join the front part to the dress and half an inch to join the back part to the dress. So altogether I have 15 inches. So 15 inches is going to be the length of the strap, okay? Then for the width, you can use 1 inch, you can use half an inch. It depends on how tiny or bold you want it, okay? So guys, that's it. And if you want to place it, you are going to measure 4 inches from this point and you are going to place the strap, okay? I believe you can resonate with that. So guys, that's it. And this is all I have for you for today. If you find this tutorial helpful, please subscribe, comment, like and share. See you in my next video. Bye.